Hello world and all who inhabit it, my name is Bleu and you're watching week 6 of The Artist's Way by Julia Cameron, program designed to help artists rediscover their passions. Week 6 means that we're halfway through the course, which is super exciting, a big milestone in our journey. If this is the first time you're seeing me, hello, I would really appreciate you going back and watching the other videos just so then you're all up to date. Let's see what this week is going to entail. Week 6 of The Artist's Way is all about recovering a sense of abundance. Now, this chapter tackles a major creative block that so many of us carry, and that's money. Julia Cameron invites us to look at our own beliefs around money, the universe, and creative abundance, because the truth is, our attitudes towards money often mirror how open or closed we are to creativity and flow. Starting off with the reading pages for this week, we start with the idea that many of us think that the great creator, i.e. God, the universe, higher power, whatever that is to you, doesn't actually get involved with money. We've been taught that art and money, they don't mix, that spirituality and abundance cannot coexist. But this mindset keeps us stuck. We tell ourselves that when we finally have enough money, we can make great art. But that day, it rarely comes. Cameron points out that we often confuse security with faith. We think that the universe will only provide the essentials like food or shelter, not art supplies and joy. But creativity itself is divine. It's part of how we're meant to live. She challenges us to reimagine a more generous creative force, one that wants us to thrive and not just survive. In this chapter, she talks about virtue versus pleasure. Many of us equate virtue with hard work, deprivation, seriousness. We think that if something comes easily, it must be frivolous. But Cameron flips that belief. She reminds us that the universe is creative and creation itself is joy. We are meant to participate in that joy and not punish ourselves for it. She even writes, "We've been operating out of the toxic idea that the great creator's will and our will are at opposite ends of the table. In truth, our creative desires are aligned with something much larger, more generous than we can even imagine." Then the chapter moves to the idea of luxury. Not the materialistic sense, but more of a spiritual and creative sense. Luxury, she says, is authentic pampering. It's the belief that there is enough. It's taking time for the small joys that remind you that life is rich, like buying yourself flowers or listening to music that you like. For artists, this kind of self-care is essential. It opens us back up to abundance, because when we deprive ourselves, we start to shrink our creative world. She calls this deprivation artistic anorexia, which I think is quite a poor use of language. I definitely think there's better ways of explaining this, but it's essentially about starving ourselves of joy, time, and play until we feel empty and burnt out. The cure is allowing ourselves luxury in small doses, so giving yourself time to play, having simple pleasures, the belief that joy is not a waste of time. She writes, "Creativity lives in paradox. Serious art is born from serious play." To ground this, Cameron gives us 2 practical tasks for this week. The first one is called counting. You're asked to basically track every penny that you spend this week, not to judge yourself, but to see clearly where your money is going. It's a mindfulness practice that helps you align your spending with your true values rather than habits or guilt. The second is money madness, a fill-in-the-blank exercise to uncover hidden money beliefs. I'm going to put the prompts on the screen here, but to give you some examples, people with money are blank, I'd have money if blank, my dad thought money was blank, money causes blank, having money is not blank. Start to see how your early conditioning might still be shaping your sense of worth and creative freedom. This week's lesson is about shifting from scarcity to abundance. It's about seeing money not as a moral issue, but as creative energy, something that flows, something that can support, and it can expand our art when we treat it with respect and awareness. The message is simple but very powerful. When you expect life to be generous, it often is. So the aim of the week is to be mindful of your money and how you spend it, give yourself beautiful luxury, and notice how your relationship with money reflects the relationship with your creativity. One of the tasks today talks about acceptance, that the part of leading an abundant life is to always say yes to things, especially if it's free and it doesn't cost anything. This week, I'm encouraged to say yes to things. Anything that I receive can go straight into my image file to reaffirm that abundance. Another task this week is to list off some of my favorite things. So enjoy a somewhat quick fire of the things that I enjoy. I mean, I would say Ferrari, but I think that's a bit generic. My dad is so passionate about cars. He works for a car company, he makes cars, fixes cars. Me, however, has adopted none of that passion. It's not my thing. I don't know cars at all. People work their whole lives to pay for like a really good car. I couldn't care less. I think if I could drive, I would want to drive like an old car. Maybe like a vintage Cadillac or like a red Roadster, you know, the one that Stuart Little drives. Of course, I have to say a cockapoo because I have a lovely dog called Derek and he's a cockapoo. He's like 3 years old and he's just the sweetest thing. He's like my best friend. Sadly, I don't get to see him very often, but when I am at home, we're always together. We're always having a good time. Previously, I've had Jack Russells as dogs, which I really like Jack Russells, but they do yap all the time. Really, at some point in my life, I really want to own a Chow Chow. They are just adorable. They're like little bears or like little lions. Oh, they're so sweet and super friendly as well. In my front garden growing up, we used to have hydrangeas and they were like pastel pink and blue and purple. They've like always been my favorite flowers. I also really love wisteria as well, but I don't know if you'd count that as a flower because they grow on trees. Oh, the next category is trees, so I guess wisteria can go in that one. I also do love willow trees. There's something so melancholic about them, and I don't know, they just speak to me. So if you don't know, I love fruit. If you offered me a bowl of sweets or a bowl of fruit, I would take the fruit any day. To pick a favorite is so difficult. There isn't a fruit I don't like. I'd say I'm more favorable to berry fruit. Strawberries, blueberries, grapes. I'm not sure if these belong in the berry family, but like cherries and lychee, but those as well. If I were a vegetable, I'd be a potato because they're very versatile. But a sweet potato, I love a bit of cucumber. Oof. I do like my garlic as well, so, you know, a few options there. Impossible. Literally impossible. I have such a sweet tooth, it's crazy. If there was something here right in front of me that I could scran, it would be like a Belgian waffle or like churros. Or like ain't nothing touching churros. But I do love cake. Love me a bit of cake. Vicky sponge, I'm there. Red velvet, oh my, I need to stop. Also a very difficult one. I love seafood. I've always loved seafood. Not so much on like the fish end, but like crustaceans, mollusks, like shellfish in general, I'm 100% there for. Love me a steak as well, medium rare. Dash of peppercorn, yes please. If I'm at like a generic restaurant, like a restaurant you just see in town, my go-to is a burger, like a messy burger. But at the moment, I've been living off tagliatelle dishes to the point where I'm kind of getting sick of it now. Again, what the fuck? My favourite group is probably Fleetwood Mac, just legendary. Controversial opinion, but I do like the 1975. They were there for me all throughout high school. The Cranberries as well, oh my. I also love Greta Van Fleet. Josh Kiska is like so cute. He has the most unique, astonishing voice like I've ever heard. I mean, I've got to say Bleu, haven't I? Such a pretty colour, like in any sort of shade. I'm partial to a purple as well, like a spiceberry kind of colour. Love a burgundy too, like any sort of muted colour, I love. Okay, hope you enjoyed that. Not particularly sure why this task is relevant to the topic of this week. Maybe it's to kind of like remind you of how much is out there and how much you like to consume. I'm intrigued to know why those categories in particular. I don't know, it's not so clear for me at the moment. But anyway, moving on. Hello. Hair is not greasy, I put oil in it, okay? Just want to get that out of the way. So the task today was to go in my wardrobe again and pick out 5 pieces of clothing that I want to throw away, sell, get rid of, whatever that is. Which is kind of funny because the other day I was re-uploading some items to Vinted to sell, and I actually sold something. It was this jumpsuit that I wore for a concept video many moons ago. It's just something I don't wear, so you know, I thought let's get rid of it. I packed it away in a postage bag. I left the house, went to the every person, got my label, and then I put it away. Hopefully that gets to them in about a week or so. The other items remain on my Vinted, so I will link my Vinted below if that's something you're interested in. Not the most active day, that's for sure. I'm kind of using my rest day to rejuvenate. I will see you all tomorrow. Morning. I feel like Claudia Winkleman right now. I watched the new Traitors last night. I am buzzing for this season. So you're probably wondering what the task is for today. Have to go out into the world, to the great outdoors, to pick 5 leaves/flowers and 5 unusually shaped rocks. Now, when I heard about this task, I was a little hesitant at first, just because I live in the city, right? So the only appropriate place where you're gonna find flowers and rocks is by a body of water or like a public park, which is fabulous, but I just thought it would be a bit weird if I went to like a public park and started picking flowers. 'Cause I swear I could get prosecuted for doing that. I don't want people watching me like picking flowers from public grounds. It's quite antisocial behaviour. So I thought the next best thing is my garden. Isn't as exhilarating, but at least I'm doing something. I'm doing the task at hand, right? Okay, let's see what we're gonna find. Right. I'm ready. Oh my god, if someone was looking out their window right now, they would think I was fucking insane. Okay, so I've just got to look around my garden for any flowers. I think these are quite pretty, so I'm gonna cut off a little strand. I'm gonna do one of these as well. Oh, I'm sorry. I actually think it's so sad that we pick flowers because we think they're so beautiful, but actually we're just killing them. Look at this fuchsia, so pretty. Only one of them though. Oh, shit. Oh, I don't want to get thorned. I think these are pretty, but they're already half dead. These are supposed to be hydrangeas, but it's that time of year, isn't it? Fun fact, that's actually a pear tree. And we have an apple tree here, but I think they're cooking apples. These are very pretty. Okay. Got some more apples here. Are they pears? They look like pears, don't they? I must say, I love this garden. If I could pick any flower, it would be her, but I don't want to pick her because she just looks so serene and so innocent. I mean, I found another one of you, and there's one over there. So, oh, I hate to do this. I can't do it. I can't do that to you. There needs to be where there's multiple ones. Then I'm not going out and murdering lone flowers. It did say it could be leaves as well, so maybe we just pick one of these leaves. Now we need to look for some rocks. But I think the best place is this little place here. There's like a little well down there. Oh my god, is that a nappy? Who's been wearing nappies? The hell? This one looks quite fun. Looks like a shark tooth. Don't even know if that's a rock. It looks like a fossil. I saw it and I was like, yeah, okay. There's that one there. It looks like a shell. Yeah, I'm gonna keep that one. It's like a maroon colour. It's very nice. Okay. Ooh, spotted you from a mile away. You're quite fun. Okay. So here are rocks. Quite uniquely shaped. So here's our graveyard. And now... Oh! Oh my god. There's a spider on me. Oh. I have to basically flatten these in a book, which is something I used to do many moons ago. So I think I want to put my rocks next to the flower pot. I also got a conker because I hate spiders. Also needs a little bit of a scrub. Yeah, I'll get to that. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and like put them in. Then we're kind of doing that right? Do lion there. Lovely. We'll put these next. We'll put fuchsia in the page. And lastly, there. Right, that's it all locked in. I'm pretty sure you have to put wax paper on it. I didn't do that, sorry. Hello, welcome to the MasterChef kitchen. Oh, you're probably wondering, Blue, what the hell are you doing in your kitchen? Task for today was that I had to bake something, which is pretty cool. One problem is though, I don't bake. I mean, do I look like the baking kind? I thought, what do I want to bake? Thought about a cake, but I feel like there's so much more that could go wrong. So I thought I'd play it a little bit safe and just bake some cookies. So this morning I hopped on the bus and I went to the shop, picked up all the ingredients I needed. It came to like £30, like I'm not kidding, £30 to make what? 6 cookies? But anyway, we're doing the task. First thing I'm gonna do is tie my hair back, because the last thing I want is one of these babies in a cookie. Oh dear. Okay, she'll do. Right, I'm gonna go wash my hands. Okay. Firstly, I'm gonna go through some of the things that I bought. So I got some baking paper, because I didn't think we had any. Every fucking time. I got some hair clips. They're for me. They're not for the cookies. And flour. So to make cookies, I need caster sugar. That's open. Oh, it's open at the bottom. I literally can't win. And brown sugar. So these are not healthy cookies. Then I got bicarbonate of soda, because they told me to get baking soda, right? But I was presented with baking powder and bicarbonate of soda. So then my brain just goes, the fuck? So I got this because it has soda in it. So I'm thinking that's the same thing. Stick of butter and vanilla extract, £4.15 for this. These cookies better be fucking nice. What kind of cookies, you ask? Yeah, Kinder is my favorite chocolate. Also got a mixing bowl because we don't have one of those. And a jug. Let's get my iPad because I'm gonna put the recipe on that. Bloody hell. I'm gonna do like a TikTok recipe because I feel like they're more efficient.
This is how you make the most delicious chocolate chip cookies that are crispy on the outside, soft and chewy on the inside, and only take 10 minutes of your time. Start off by getting yourself a mixing bowl and then add in 225 grams of unsalted melted butter, then add
Okay, stop. 220 grams, was that? How much are you? Oh, I'm just gonna put the whole thing in. How do I melt this? Do I put it in the pan or do I like... How do I melt it? How do you melt butter? So I can do it in the microwave, but I feel like I'm gonna blow up the kitchen. I'm just gonna do it in the pan. Right, so pop the butter in the pan. We just wait for it to melt. She's melting. Oh my god, you smell gorgeous. Ooh, great. Now what?
Butter, then add 300 grams of light brown sugar and 220 grams of granulated sugar.
Granulated sugar? Why the fuck did I get casting sugar? Well, I'm using that now. 300 grams of this, and then 220 grams of that. Ounces. How many ounces is that? How many ounces is 300 grams? 10.58. Christ, I can't even see that. I'm doing this in literally the most fucked way. Okay, that's about enough. So I'm gonna pop that in there. Great. Who's texting me? Hi, Jazz. Now I've got to do the same for the granulated sugar. Suck my dick. It's the same thing. So I need 220 grams of this. So I'm gonna do like a little bit under that amount. Bam.
Now give that a good whisk and then add in 2 large eggs and 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract.
Oh god, it's thick. Christ. Oh, I literally have the urge to just like spit in this right now. They said 2 eggs. Crack it on the side of the bowl. Fuck. Hello? Are these bionic eggs? What the fuck's going on? Okay. So most of the eggs on the kitchen. Ooh, looks like snot. God, Bleu. Oh, it's gone in the drawer. It's gone in the fucking drawer. Well, there's about half in there. Right. Okay. Could have been better. This is the thing now, because there's only 1.5 in there. But do I put another one in so there's 2.5? Is that gonna fuck everything up? I'm gonna do like another half. So hopefully, like, if I do this really gently. Okay, that'll be fine. I just need to pick the shells out of the... Alright, 2 teaspoons of the luxury stuff. Oh, that's a tablespoon. That's 1, and that's 2. We use that much. Love my life. Okay. Now I just gotta mix this until it's nice and smooth. Oh, I like baking when I do it right. I should have got a whisk, shouldn't I? Alright, that's gotta be... Oh, it's getting there. Get off!
360 grams of all-purpose flour, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, and 1 teaspoon of cooking salt. Now, using a rubber spatula...
300 grams of flour, which is the same amount of the sugar. Rip the bag, for fuck's sake. Yeah, that'll be fine. All done, so I'm gonna pop that in the mix. Teaspoon of this stuff. Why is everything so hard to open? I don't understand. I really should be supervised by an adult. Thank you. Was that a teaspoon? I need to check.
360 grams of all-purpose...
Oh shit, it's 360 grams. Another big wad. Amazing, now that hole has put so much fucking flour on the kitchen counter. It is a teaspoon, like a hump, like that. All right, it's in now. But I think this is to like, push them up, like yeast them a little. A teaspoon of cooking salt, table salt. Same fucking thing, it's salt, like that much. So I have to like toss it like this, but I can't over mix it because otherwise your cookies are gonna be like... Now I need to put the chocolate in and I'm so excited. 300 grams of chocolate and this is only 200. Shit. It'll be fine, won't it? I should have got more chocolate, shouldn't I? But then part of me's like, girl, you've literally got about 600 grams of sugar in that fucking bowl. So that is all the bars of chocolate in there. I'll show you for proof. Now what?
But there is no visible flour, then cover with cling film and place into a fridge for at least 1 hour, but ideally overnight. And then set your oven to...
Ideally overnight? Nah, you're right, babes. It's currently 2:45, all right? So if I come back later on, there's literally no space in this fridge, but we're gonna try. So they only take 10 minutes in the oven. Fine. So I'm gonna clean this shit up. I will see you later. Oh, you can't even see me.
You can.
Hello. I put the mix in at about 2:45, and now it's 8:45. So that's been... Quarter to 3, quarter to 5, quarter to 6, quarter to 7, quarter to 8, quarter to 9. That's been 6 hours. 6 hours, that's fine. It said I had to leave it
6 hours?
overnight. I had to leave
Really?
it. Yeah.
Oh my
I
god.
was like, fine. Oh, it smells right there. It smells
Guys,
a
I'm
bit.
about to smell everything for days.
What we have to do is spoon this. 2 spoonfuls of it. You can't even fucking see me. You're talking like that. For fuck's sake.
You got this.
Look, fucking wall sitting on the fucking kitchen floor.
Ready, clun.
A deep squat. Is that what you said? You still can't fucking see me. I'm just like shadow.
I know. You forgot it.
Oh, I
It's a wig. Toupee. So you just go on the side and fold on the top.
Oh my god. Right, so you want a little bit like that. Mold them into like little balls.
What happened to all the kitchen rolls?
That was me.
The baking.
We had a journey today.
7 hour baking.
So it look like that? No, you need to put it on 7. That's how we burn things.
Don't know what I'm recording right now because I can't see.
You recorded me. Hi. Get in there. Alright, see you later. Oh yeah, they're done for like 10 minutes, I think. Oh. Put the cookie down. Oh, I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna eat the whole thing. I'm gonna try a bit just to see if it's done. Cheers. Tell you what, it's it is nice. It is nice.
I think they just cool down. That's when they harden.
We literally just took it out of the oven and went.
Butter open.
It's your one big cookie now.
Why are we like basing this thing? Is there like caramel in it or something? Because they've gone like really like butterscotchy. They're really nice.
I've not put caramel in them.
How much sugar did you put in? Quite a bit.
Girl, there's like 600 grams of sugar.
They're gonna be so good though once they're cooled down.
Okay, we'll report back when they're all done. Report back when they've actually been
Wait,
cooked.
and we just-
A proper taste test. Wait, oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh, that's sexy as fuck.
Yeah, they're very sweet. They're like crispy on the outside, but like,
Soft and milk.
yeah, nice on the inside. Highly recommend. They're really good. So I'm doing my check-in now because I don't think I'll be able to do it later on today. This week was all about recovering a sense of abundance. I did feel like the reading pages were more of a reiteration, again, from things we've explored in previous weeks. Talking about the morning pages. Morning pages was a bit touch and go. I've just done them. Yes, I did do them every single day this week, which means I've been doing it for 6 weeks straight, which is kind of wild. This week was kind of touch and go between like explaining what was happening in my day and then kind of how I was feeling about certain things, which is good. That's kind of something you want to explore. But I also used the morning pages this week for words of affirmation, things in my life that I wanted to manifest, or like things I wanted to affirm to myself. Like I wanted to do it. Like it wasn't like, oh, I feel like I need to, like I wanted to do that. That's how I wanted to spend that time. No, it wasn't necessarily exploring the creative ideas and the creative side of it, but I think the affirmations coexist with that. So I didn't document my artist date this week because it was yesterday, but for my artist date, I went to go and see Ethel Cain in concert, one of my favorite artists of all time. She was breathtaking. We're only waiting in the queue after doors open for about 20 minutes. We headed straight to the merch stand because I needed a hoodie. And here she is. Oh my god, she looks gorgeous. I haven't got a green hoodie either, so comes in handy. She was amazing, just absolutely breathtaking. The stage, her crew, like her presence on stage. She had this gorgeous black dress on. It was absolutely gorgeous. Her voice, like the vocals, like just strum my heartstrings like so beautifully. The biggest highlight for me was Dust Bowl when she did the drop towards the end. Oh my god, because there was like lights on stage that were like swirling like this, and then they came in on her, and then when the drop happened they were just strobing crazy. It was just mesmerizing to watch. I had the absolute best time. The concert was more than 2 hours, so that qualifies. Definitely an act of self-care. Like I wanted to go see someone who influences me. I didn't go alone though. I did go with Jacob. I kind of dragged him there, which is kind of bad because he doesn't listen to Ethel Cain. So I felt like I brought him into something that he wasn't totally prepared for. He said he had a good time, so hey, definitely one of my favorite artist dates so far. I feel inspired, I feel changed. It was a spiritual experience. Synchronicities this week, I don't think there was any that have stuck with me. Oh no, I tell you what, like I posted my vintage stuff and then someone bought it right away, which was pretty good. There were some things I've added to my image file, like some quotes that came up on my like explore feed on Instagram, which I felt like were quite fitting. This week felt easier than last week. There was one task I couldn't do, and that was to send 5 postcards to people. And the difficult part about that is we all live in London, so it's not like I'm sending them pretty far. And people who are away from London, like CJ, for example, I wanted to send a postcard to CJ, but she's touring. So like she's in a different place every week. Part of me is like, I don't want to send a postcard and then for it to not get to her and then she moves to her next location. But the rest of the tasks were so much fun. The baking, that was fun. It was a journey, but it was fun. And having Jacob in the video as well, like just made things so much more like funny. Like we just set each other off constantly. Okay, I do have to go now, so I hope I haven't missed anything. Okay, that's week 6 of The Artist's Way by Julia Cameron all done. We are now halfway through the course. We are 50% of the way there. We have got this. Moving onwards to next week. I hope you enjoyed your week just as much as I enjoyed my week, and hopefully I will see you next time.